Warning, this book review does contain a lot of spoilers from the book, so if you have not read it yet, you have been warned. So, season 3 of the Netflix show covers the Paulina story, which is Penelope Featherington and Colin Bridgerton. And I gotta say, of all of the Bridgerton children, this one was always my favorite couple. And they were always my favorite couple because I always felt like those two characters were very similar in the same. They both felt like outcasts in their family. No one really understood them. But then, especially with Penelope though too, because she, as we see in the Netflix show, wasn't considered desirable, and so she didn't have a lot of offers, like a lot of potential suitors, and so she was very much overlooked. And she was always kind of cheering and yearning for Colin, but he never saw that. And then things changed. So Colin has just returned back from all of his many adventures overseas, and he's kind of stuck in this place. He's basically he has total middle child syndrome, if you will. I mean, because Anthony, his eldest brother, is the Viscount, so he has the title. Benedict has become a well-renowned painter at this point, and Colin, at this point, he feels like he really doesn't have anything that distinguishes himself into society. He doesn't have anything just for him, and so he's kind of just thinking, like, what do I do with myself? What do I do with my life? And then we have our female lead, which is Penelope Featherington. She is, very bright, very swampy, but again, been in the season now for a couple of years, and she still hasn't found a match. And basically, she's on her way now to what they would call an old maid. And so she's basically stuck over in the chaperone section during these parties now. And I think at this point, she's come to accept the fact that this is my life now. This is part of my society. I will never get married, never have family of my own. And it's kind of sad. Because honestly, I think a lot of us, especially me, I'll say that, have felt like a Penelope Featherington at one point. Just not really feeling seen. All right, so the plot. Ooh, this is where it gets juicy. All right, so it's her, Penelope. It's a new season. Colin has just returned home. So Colin and Penelope are talking in the corner. Then all of a sudden, they start talking about this Lady Whistledown. And Lady Whistledown, she is like the gossip girl of this Bridgerton world. And so she always telling everybody's business. And so they kind of accuse Lady Danbury, there we go, of being, and said, girl, you are not the first person to accuse me of this. I am not her. If I was her, I would have been said so. And so it is Lady Danbury who makes this challenge out to the whole entire room of whoever can figure out who this Lady Whistledown character is, they will give them a whole heaping amount of money. And so the challenge goes out that we're going to find out who this Lady Whistledown person is. But here's the catch. Lady Whistledown is Penelope. You heard me say, Lady Whistledown is Penelope Featherington. She's been talking about herself this whole entire time. And it's in this third book that we get it. So in the Netflix series, we actually find this out in the first season, which I was like, oh, that's new. That's a twist. Which, I mean, seeing how the seasons have played out, that totally makes sense. But back to the book. First, no talk about the movie. TV show. But in the end, I mean, they do end up arguing about it, and they spend a very passionate night in his room. And then they come to an agreement that, you know what, we're going to try our best to keep this under wraps because they do love each other. They do care about each other. However, a mortal enemy, Cressida Cowpepper, finds out that it is Penelope who is Lady Whistledown. And so she tries to blackmail with her at her wedding, of course, which she tells Colin about this, and Colin does the most romantic thing ever. So at their wedding, they give a toast, and then Colin's like, everyone, I present to you my wife, Lady Whistledown. And he tells the whole room this, and there you have it. And the whole room applauds her. Like, yep, you're Lady Whistledown. What? Wow. And there you go. And so moving forward now, Penelope essentially becomes Colin's editor with all the things that he's been writing, because he's been going on these adventures and journeys. He's been writing it down too. So he's also a writer. So they have so much in common too. So there you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, like this is why it's one of my favorite books. It's one of my favorite in the Bridgerton series and my favorite read so far. So all in all, I mean, well written, well devised. I loved it. I loved the spiciness. I loved the plot. I loved everything about it. And I gave it a 5 out of 5 star rating. So there you have it. So the TV adaptation of the Netflix series. So a lot of fans had a lot of things to say. They didn't like a lot of things. They didn't like how they included the Francesca, her courting season into this as well too. They didn't like, but as always, I gotta keep in mind, y'all. They obviously can't make the book, the TV series or the movie the exact same as the book. It's a whole other medium. They need more content. So they had to combine some storylines. So I understand that on a movie perspective, but as a book lover, it was just kind of like, hmm. But I do like that they added Queen Charlotte into this as well too. So it was Queen Charlotte who actually put out the um, challenge. So I did like that change as well too. I did like the fact that in the beginning, part one of the series, Colin tries to help her out in courting, but it doesn't go out. But he low key is sabotaging our girl from finding a mate because he's starting to develop feelings for her. And then, of course, at the end of part one, that carriage scene. Oh, also, I got thirsty thinking about that carriage scene. Whew, yes, that carriage scene. That carriage scene. That carriage scene. So, for those of y'all who have seen it, you know what I'm talking about. That was, I mean, and plus, having pit bulls give me everything while that scene was going on, give me everything in a. Yeah, I see how I want to do with that. You see that, right? Okay. I can't go into much detail because I do not want to get banned on YouTube, but wow. They know what they're doing. So, yeah. And then right afterwards, he proposes to her. He's like, come on, I want to introduce you to as my wife. I'm like, okay. Still thinking about that carriage scene. But yes. Wow. I mean, what a cliffhanger too to keep your audience going. So I will give Netflix the credit for that. Shonda Rhimes and also Julia Quinn, I believe she helped out with the writing of it as well too. Whew, but yeah. Overall, in terms of, because with all of my book reviews or even TV movie reviews about, I don't want to give you everything. I do give some spoilers, but I don't give everything because I do want you to go watch this. First of all, read the book. Read the book first, add to your reading count, and then go watch the show. So that way you can assess it for yourself as well too. So I am thinking about that carriage scene. Wow. Okay. Calm down, Tisha. Okay. But yes, I do want you to do that. And then also, as far as book to TV adaptations, one of my favorites, I'll definitely give it a 4.5 out of 5 star. I didn't like everything. I didn't like how they try to humanize Cressida Culpepper. That was interesting how they made her friends with Eloise. And so that's kind of why I'm giving it 4.5 stars. But overall, very good. I loved it as always. Sean Land does a great job. And yeah. And as always, I like to keep my book reviews short and sweet. And I thank you so much for watching till the very end. Haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Stay updated when new videos are uploaded. Also, comment down below what your favorite part was. Do you agree with my book review? What did you like? Did you not like about it? Have you read the book? Did you see the TV series? What did you think? Keep the conversation going in the comments. And as always, I wish you all good wellness, good reading. Have a great week. Bye.